What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our Week 8 battle for the UPBA. We are sitting at number 1 in the standings, 6-1 with a plus 21 differential, which is amazing. But we are up against a really tough opponent in Gray and the Vancouver Titans. And we've beaten Gray the past few times we played him, but that doesn't change the fact that he's still a really good competitor. So I'm absolutely hoping that we can get the W here today. But at the same time, I don't want to reveal my entire hand. So my build today actually was very quick. We didn't hop and call with anyone. We just built a team, had 2 quick mocks, and that was it. Made some slight adjustments between them. But that's really it. The changes were pretty minimal. It was swapping one mon out for another. It was swapping one move off for another, and that's pretty much it. And then like, I think 8 EVs I moved around. That's all, which is nothing compared to what I usually do in terms of adjustments. I rarely have a team that I put together right away. I'm like, I love this team. There's always some tweaking that has to be done, and this time around we just didn't do much of it. But let's go ahead and jump into the matchup. Take a look at what my opponent has on his roster, because there's quite a bit of spooky stuff here. My opponent's team has a Dragapult. Yikes, I am not looking forward to dealing with Dragapult because it is one of the best mons in the format, if not the best one in the format. And on top of that, he's got the best Dragapult answer in Mandibuzz. He's got a really good way to chip it down from like full with a Mamoswine, one of the best Ice Shard users in the game. A Primarina, you guys know how much I love the combination of Primarina and Dragapult. See the CGT team, and that's something. But then on top of that, there is the weather of Venusaur plus Torkoal. Super scary. His steel type Metagross is amazing. Licky is a really good sponge for ghost types. Basically, the team just comes together really, really well. It's fit to beat Dragapult's answers. Mamoswine beats Dragapult's answers. Primarina and Mandibuzz, they take hits and beat it. Venusaur does. Metagross does. Licky does. Basically everything beats Dragapult's answers, and then he has some utility mons in the back. Machamp, Jolteon, Kadabra, Lilligant all have their uses. Definitely a very scary matchup, but I'm hoping that we can get the W, like I said. And I'm just thinking we can, if we win this game, it'd be really good. If we don't, though, it's not the end of the world, because we just want to make sure that he is not going to see our full hand. And this team is definitely not an A team, it's more of a B team. And definitely has some things I can bring into a future matchup. But I think this team is... You guys will be able to see why the team's such a bare bones, basic build instead of a more in-depth analysis, not just from the EV spreads, but from the notes that I have, because the notes I have are very not in-depth at all. Let's jump into it. Starting off with our very first mon, it is going to be our Tapu Fini here. Fini is amazing here with the Assault Vest to take the special hits from basically anything. Moonblast, Surf, Nature's Madness, and Ice Beam. The reason why Tapu Fini is so good in an offensive capacity is because look at his team's speed stat. It's very, very not cohesive is what I want to say. There's the Dragapult at 142, then it drops to the Jolteon, but then all the way down to Kadabra. So it's 3 mons above base 100. Great. But then after that, he has no Pokemon that is above, I mean, I'm not counting Lilligant here, but no mon that's above base 80. Like, there's the Venusaur, there's the Mamoswine which are base 80, there's a Primarina there's a Machamp that's there's a Mandibuzz, a Metagross. All these mons are in like the medium tier in terms of speed. So I definitely feel like Fini, the fact that it's a bit faster than them, can be very offensive this week and do a lot of work like it has been the past few weeks. Moonblast is fantastic against his team. The only resists are the Venusaur, the Metagross, and the Torkoal. Surf hits the Torkoal and the Metagross for decent damage. Nature's Madness is mostly for the Metagross actually, and even the Primarina to an extent. And then Ice Beam hits the Venusaur for super effective damage as well. And we do outspeed that thing. We outspeed the Mamoswine as well. So we have some really good options to hit this team for good damage. Assault Vest lets me take the special hits. The Dragapult, if it's going for a physically offensive set against me, the best way it's going to do to hit me is going to be with like Steel Wing or Phantom Force. And if it's Phantom Force, I can just switch into my normal type and take whatever hit I need to. So I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, that's really it, to be honest. I don't feel like this set has any downside to it. It kind of is a little bit weak to a setup Primarina, like a Combine Prim, but I don't necessarily think that's going to come. And if it does, I feel like I have answers to it. In general, my team overall has some really good checks to a setuping Prim. We have our Necrozma, which can be physical or special. Cinderace gets Gunk Shot. Thundurus rather gets Thunderbolt. Also gets Sludge Wave, Volt Switch, whatever. Toxicroak is really solid, can be immune to one of its stab options. Zarude has Seed Bomb. I just think that it's a good set, just not the best Prim set that he could possibly bring to this week. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about that. Our next mon is going to be our win condition. You guys saw at the end of our CGT Week 1 battle against Goldoa, where he basically just wore down all of our answers and then set up one Dragon Dance with Zygarde and went in. And he had the extreme speed on his Dragon Dance Zygarde, so I'm going with the exact same thing on mine. 1000 Arrows, Outrage, Extreme Speed, and Dragon Dance. Once the Mandibuzz is weakened or gone, once the Metagross is weakened or gone, once the Prim is weakened or gone, mostly once the Prim is gone and the Metagross is weakened, I click Dragon Dance once and I basically click Outrage and just claim lives. The Metagross won't be able to stay healthy. The Mandibuzz won't be able to stay healthy against my team. Mamoswine either, Torkoal either, and Venusaur maybe to an extent. So I feel pretty good that if I manage to get into a position where I can weaken everything, if I get up a Dragon Dance, basically have this thing in, let's say it's a Torkoal against my Tapu Fini, maybe he goes for an Earthquake, maybe he goes for a Lava Plume, maybe he goes for Solar Beam or Rocks or whatever. I go into Zygarde. What is that thing going to do to me? It can't touch me. So I can click Dragon Dance, get up an Arrows, or get up one Dragon Dance +1 rather, then go for Arrows and start really breaking through his team, especially if the Mandibuzz is weakened. This is going to be a really good option for me. Extreme Speed is there because if for some reason I'm in range of the Mamoswine's Ice Shard, even though I have my Yache Berry, I can do like 45% to Mamoswine. There's a chance that it'll just be in range or even gone by that point in the game. So I'm hoping that we can chip it down as much as we need to, and that'll be a good success for us down the line of this game. Overall, in terms of speed, we have enough speed on the set for the base 80, so it's going to be the Venusaur, it's going to be the Mamoswine, and we can then outspeed them, do a lot of damage. I'm not really creeping the Lilligant. If it comes, fine. I have access to my Misty Terrain, so I feel like I should be able to keep myself awake, and when it starts going for Quiver Dances combined with Sleep Powder, that's when it becomes really scary, and with Outrage on this set, I feel good about it. Obviously, I have to be careful. Outrage is weakened in the terrain against grounded Pokemon, so we have to make sure that our Pokemon are not going to be our Zygarde isn't going to be taking or doing attacks when we are in Misty Terrain with the Dragon type attack. I gotta keep that in mind, it's very important. I will say though, in my mock against Padmac, it came up that his Dragapult could not KO me with Draco Meteor because I was in terrain with my Zygarde. So I want to make sure that was clear because it's just a very important thing to have here, that we can have our terrain on our side this week. Our next mon though is going to be Killua the Thunderous here. Again, another mon with the exact same speed. We all reach 146 overall speed, which is enough speed for the base 80s. The Venusaur and the Mamoswine. Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, Dark Pulse, and Volt Switch. Dark Pulse is there as we hit not only the Metagross but also the Dragapult. We have Thunderbolt for basically everything else, and then we have Grass Knot for the Mamoswine. Really the only thing that we just want to hit with like Dark Pulse that's not the two mons that are super effective against it is like the Venusaur and the Jolteon. And that's it. I guess the Lilligant as well, but I'm probably Volt Switching out on that. I'm probably Volt Switching out against the Venusaur anyways, but either way, it's just something that's very important here. Yache Berry, once again, this is going to be my lead, and if he ends up leading off with the Mamoswine, then I'm in a good spot because I can live any one hit and Grass Knot and get the KO, unless he's like Rindo Berry. But if he is Rindo Berry, he's not Scarfed, he's not banned, and that reduces the damage output and the speed, which is the thing that makes the Mamoswine very scary against my team. So he has to run multiple Mammal sets to be as scary as he wants, and that's only if I'm not able to really chip down the Mamoswine effectively or get it on a switch in with my Thunderous or whatever the case may be. Very good set, hoping that can put in work against his team. And next up we have our Cinderace is here with the Choice Band, Power Ball, U-Turn, Sucker Punch, and Gunk Shot. Again, this time I'm going speed for the Lilligant, just because I want to have something that can outspeed it in a pinch. Power Ball in the sun, 2-hit KOs, everything. The only thing it doesn't 2-hit KO actually is physically defensive Torkoal. Not the best, but if I had rocks, it'd be great. I'm not bringing rocks, but it'd be great. Either way, Powerball still hits things like a truck. If I manage to get burnt, or not burnt, what am I saying? If I get in blaze range, then I do 2-hit KO or OHKO, everything including physically defensive Torkoal. Even without the physically defensive Torkoal, I 2-hit KO everything including max defense Primarina with Powerball in the sun, which is amazing. But we do have Gunk Shot for it to hit it for better damage. If it's Scarf, I actually take, by the way, a Scarf Hydro Pump in the sun from Prim, which is super nice. U-Turn for momentum. Sucker Punch is there for the Dragapult, is there for a last-ditch effort against the Venusaur. And I'm hoping with my HP investment, we should be able to ideally take a hit from the Venusaur's Earth Power. It's obviously not the best option to have, but in a pinch, if I absolutely need to, if I can do it, that'd be beyond good for me. I'm just going to do the calc right now and get back to you. Yeah, if it's Timid Venusaur with a Life Orb, we actually take the Earth Power from full. If it's not Life Orb, then we definitely take any Earth Power. So I feel pretty good about that as well. Our next mon is going to be our Frostlass. Now, Frostlass is kind of weird as a Pokemon in this matchup. Ice and Dark moves are really good, or Ice and Ghost moves rather, are really good against this team. But there's a Mandibuzz, which kind of shuts down my Ghost moves. There's a Metagross that shuts down my Ice moves. So what are we going to do with this? Well, it's a very similar game plan to what we had against Lucas. We are going for the Trick Scarf play here. We're going to trick a Choice Scarf to the Mandibuzz, or the Torkoal, or the Licky, even the Metagross, I guess, to an extent, maybe Kadabra or Lilligant, But the big ones we want to really get are going to be the Venusaur, the Mandibuzz, the Torkoal, the Licky. Those are the ones we really want to get with our Choice Scarf. And if we can do that, we're in a great position. Destiny Bond is there as a way to get a cheeky KO on something if we absolutely need to. Maybe we can get the Mamoswine, maybe we can get the Dragapult if we have our Choice Scarf intact, who knows. Honestly, if it's us against Dragapult, I probably just click Poltergeist anyways, just to do the damage. I really don't feel like there's any other option to click, really. So, yeah. Curse Body is there as a really solid option to weaken things down as well. And once again, this thing has speed there for the Lilligans, just in case. I'm not even respecting the Kadabra right now, which is not the best play, but everything on my team would either naturally outspeed it or just threaten it out anyway. So maybe he just goes for speed for, I don't know, Zygarde, who knows. And it's slower anyways. Regardless, I don't think it has the best matchup against me. My Dark type in Zaru takes any one hit. Necrozma's here, Zygarde takes any hit, Feemy's around. Basically, everything takes a hit from the Kadabra, so I don't feel like it's going to be coming. If it does, well, then I got punished. So be it. But yeah, Eevee is still really good. Trick into any of these things is absolutely fantastic, and the Adamant Nature is going to really allow us to do as much damage as possible with Poltergeist and Triple Axle, provided we hit. Our next and final mod is going to be making its season debut, I believe. It is Caged, the type Null. Thunderwave, U-turn, Shadow Claw, and Rest. This is our answer to Dragapult. It's one of our answers to Venusaur. If it is a Growth Venusaur, that sucks. But we can take multiple hits from that thing, which is super nice. With our, not our max special defense, but a high value in our special defense stat, we can take 2 max attack specs. Primarina, Hydro Pumps from full, which is amazing. Thunderwave is there to shut down the Pult, the Primarina, the Venusaur. Really, those are the big things. If I can shut those down, I'll be in a really good spot because weakening them is going to be almost game-changing in a way, because if I can outspeed the Pult, if I can outspeed the Venusaur, then those are the 2 biggest offensive threats gone. Mamoswine, again, I want to outspeed it, but everything on my team outspeeds it naturally except for the type Null, and he has to run a Scarf to outspeed anything else. So I can beat it down pretty effectively, even though my team is pretty weak to Ice and to Ground as well, of course. But yeah, that's going to be our type Null. Physically defensive, we can take 2 +1 Adamant Dragon Darts from the Dragapult, so I feel good about that as well. Battle Armor is nice so I don't get crits, and Rest for recovery, I just want to make sure I can stall its Sun Turns with it. That's it. If I can stall its Sun Turns, I'm in a good position, because at the end of the day, Venusaur can only boost up its speed for so long, and if it keeps going for growths, and so be it, it goes for growths, it gets to +2, but I'll take hits from Venusaur at +2, and if it's running a Life Orb, it's going to chip itself down every time it attacks, unless it goes for Giga Drain, of course. But yeah, that's going to be our team for this week's battle, guys. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. The secret word of today's day is going to be pizza. I had pizza for dinner tonight, so yeah, we'll jump into it with that. Guys, thanks for watching the Team Builder. Let's do it. It is time to battle. Welcome back, everyone. We are here for the battle. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised at the team he ended up bringing. He didn't bring the Mandibuzz, which means he has no resist to Ghost, which is kind of awesome for us. He might think I'm running a support, what is the word, Frostlass, which I'm not. Looking at this though, I do want to lead off with Killua here. I think it's a really good lead, and yeah, that's pretty much it. No Mandibuzz is kind of weird, but it's not the end of the world, and I'm just going to lead off with it, and we're going to go from there. We'll see what he does if, I'm not running Boots on anything, and that's the problem here. 3 of my mons are weak to rocks, and he can just get up his rocks anytime he wants against me with the Torkoal. So yeah. Nothing I can do about it though. Like, nothing I can do, so. Oops. But yeah, Hero should be pretty good. I'm hoping that I can get something with the Destiny Bond with my Frostlass, but also that I can just destroy them with Poltergeist. There obviously is the Metagross and the, what is it called? I'm trying to think the name of it, which I can't do right now. I don't know why I can't speak, but the Bullet Punch, that's the one it is. And if that comes, that's going to be a little spooky, but again, not terrible. So let's close this. Let's open up a new tab, a new team on Showdown with the team. So we know there's Pult, we know there is Mamo, there is a Torkoal, Venusaur, Prim, and Metagross. All right, let's do it. Good luck, have fun. It's Gray. Let's see who's gonna come out on top here. Week 8 of the UPBA. Really hoping to get the W here. I don't have my water bottle today, I just have a glass of water. So it'll be a lot quieter. Quentin is the lead here, which is the Pult. Okay, interesting. I think I just fire off a Dark Pulse, to be honest. I don't think he's gonna stay in. What would he go into here? Maybe Mamoswine, if anything. I think he just U-turns out, to be honest. I don't think he goes Prim. I don't think he goes Mamoswine. If he does, he does. So be it. But I'm going to go for a Dark Pulse here. If he U-turns out, then I'll take the Icicle Crash from a Scarf Mamoswine. Let's take a look at Sepult the Calc already against Dragapult. We see a U-turn come out, and it's going to do 161 down to 131. It's 30 points of health on the U-turn. That's quite a bit. Okay, that's I think that's Adamant max attack, to be honest. It's a mid-roll for Adamant. It's a max roll for Jolly. But Dark Pulse is coming out here. I think this is overall my safest play. He knows we're not Scarfed. He's taking neutral damage from everything here. Except for Prim, which he takes resisted. But we're still a modest Thunderous with 145 special attack. So this is going to do a good chunk. This is going to do a solid chunk to everything. Also, just going to say we don't even KO. Do you even vape? What is that? Torkoal, okay. So, let's take a look at this Torkoal damage. So Dark Pulse should do... Oh, that's some big damage there. T-Bolt will get the job done, so let's go for the Thunderbolt here. If I can get rid of this before it gets Rocks up, that's huge. That's huge for us. If he goes Venusaur after this, I go into Null right away. Torkoal support. We do 40 to 49 with Dark Pulse, 68 to 80 with Thunderbolt. If it's max HP, no special defense. And based on this damage, it's what it's looking like. Like, I think that was a low roll there. Switches out. What is he going into? Back into... Okay. Back into Pult. So, if we get a 10% chance to power here, then this thing is in trouble. That's some big damage. Oh my god! Speaking to existence, that is massive! Holy! That is huge! Oh, that's so big. Dark Pulse is a Colbur Berry. It's Colbur Berry! No! We lose Thundurus here. Unless he gets fully paralyzed. Or flinched. Oh my god. Ah. Gray, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. How many turns are we left in Sun? 2, potentially. Ah, fuck. I feel so bad for that. But Dark Pulse here will get the KO. And the Pult will go down, all because Thundurus just said, fuck you. Holy shit. That's so stupid. I'd be so pissed on the other end. Like, Pult is such a good model. It was a 10% chance to paralyze, and he had the right play. He had the read. In comes the Venusaur. I can play a little bit more reckless now with my... with Caged, which is nice, I guess. But all we have to do is make sure there's no sub up against this when I go into Cinderace. Oh, it's so dumb. I'll take it, but god, that's rough. That's a really rough turn of events there. Sludge Bomb comes out. Weather Ball. Shouldn't do half. Eat it up, and it's Life Orb. You guys barely see that behind the logo, but it's Life Orb. Is it modest? So that's the question. So Venusaur, 50 in the Sun. Not Life Orb. I think it's is it modest? That's the question. So Weather Ball in the Sun does 70 points of health the most. 45 is that's 55 plus 6 is 56. It's timid, or it's not max special attack. But right here, I think I go for... Also, was that the last turn of Sun? Is this the last turn of Sun? Okay, so we know it's Heat Rock. Do I Thunder Wave here? What does he go into? Maybe he goes into Torkoal? I think it's U-turn. I just U-turn. He growths. Oh, fuck. Oops. Okay. Into Zygarde we go, I think. So Zygarde against, I think it's Timid. Plus 2. Life Orb in the Sun against Zygarde. Giga Drain to 78 to 93. Solar Beam is likely to be his answer here, if he has it. So I think I go into Ouroboros. And I click arrows. Wow. Ooh. How many turns left, Sun? Are we looking? There's 2 turns left? I think I just go for the arrows here. Giga Drains. Okay, so we'll take this hit no matter what. Unless he is modest, which he is not there. So we'll get back basically to full. Drop down to the Life Orb. And I'll take the arrows from us. Big damage. Okay. Extreme speed is 32 to 38. Let's go for it. Let's see if we can get the job done. If we can connect them, that'd be amazing. Oh, so close. Oh, that was close. That was a close one. Would have been super nice, but it happens. And he just dies. He just dies. Awesome. So going for that move was the right play. That counts as a kill for Zygarde, by the way. And there's no more Sun right now. I think I go Thunderous here. If he goes Prim, he's got to be Scarf to KO me. Or to outspeed me, at least. I still go for Volt Switch. If he goes Mamoswine, I Grass Knot. If he goes Metagross, I don't know what I do. Yeah, I don't know what I do if he goes Metagross. There's Metagross. Okay, let's take a look at Metagross calcs. Okay. Metagross against Thundurus. Dark Pulse doesn't do enough to get the KO. I think I want to pop a weakness policy on this, so I think I'm going to go for a... Is it Thunderbolt here or is it Volt Switch? I think it's Volt Switch. We Scout, and we switch out to something else. Let's Volt Switch. If I clicked Thunder Wave against that Type Null, against that Venusaur with Type Null, oh, that would have been so nice. I actually no, I'm fine with it. I think that the way this play worked out is not the end of the world. It's not the best, but it's not the end of the world. We'll Volt Switch out here. That's some good damage there. That's some good damage there. And I'm going to go hard into Null here. Being next defenses is nice, and we can paralyze anything except for the Metagross, or the Mamoswine. Ice Punches me. 145 down to 115, so it's 30 points of health. So that was Ice Punch. We're doing 30 points of health. Ice Punch. That's a roll for Adamant. It's also a roll for Jolly. So my question here is, do I U-turn or do I Thunder Wave? I'm going to U-turn because I don't want him to get a free switch into Torkoal to get up rocks. He just meter matches me. Fine. 115 down to 63. So that's about right. I do think it is Adamant. I'm pretty confident. So the question here is, do I go into Cinderace? Do I go into Killua? I think I go with Killua. And I just click Thunderbolt. Because if he's Cobra Berry, then Dark Pulse is the wrong play. Yeah. Bullet Punch comes out, it's going to do nothing to my Thundurus at all. Thundurus will take... Actually, that's quite a bit more than I expected. It's 15 to 18. Wow. Let's take a look again at Mamoswine. So we outspeed, nice, and choice Scarf Mamoswine. Adamant Ice Cold Crash does 126 points at the very most to us. Are we in range of that? I think we're at 131. But Metagross is gone. That's such a huge first turn there, where we get the paralysis on that. Wow, such a big turn. Is that 3 kills for Thundurus? No, it's 2 kills for Thundurus. Venusaur died to its own Life Orb, which means that Zygarde is the one that gets the kill. Torkoal drops a Thundy. He brings it in, it weakens Prim. Tusku. We take any one hit. Do we take Banded Choice Band. Come on now. Choice. I didn't even take a look. Do we take Choice Band Ice Shard? Yeah, we do. We take it as well. So I think I just go for the Grass Knot here and get my KO. Unless he is a Salt Vest or he is Rindoberry or something. He's not Rindoberry. Is he Sash? He's not. Yeah, we just got the KO and it's beautiful. So down goes Mamoswine. That's 3 KOs for Thundurus. And, you know, I just recently posted a video saying, is Raichu the best? No, not Raichu. Vikavolt is the best electric type Pokemon. Maybe I have to just make another one. Whenever I do the is this Pokemon the best electric type, it always does really well. Always. Wow. We just click the Thunderbolt here. We get our KO. That's wild. Against Prim, I Volt Switch, and I go into Feeny? Primarina. If it's no special, no HP, we KO with T-Bolt. But I'm gonna Volt Switch here to make it. Actually, do I do that? If it's not Specs, Hydro Pump does. I mean, we're in the sun, so Moonblast will do 123 at the most. So I think I just go for the Thunderbolt here. So Thunderbolt comes out. Do we get the KO? And we just do. Insane. Thundurus picking up 5 kills. We get a 5-0 win here off of the back of a stupid set of events. That really sucked. It takes away such a potential for a good game. Like, it takes away a lot. It takes away a lot. And it really sucks. And it might even cost a greater chance of playoffs, which is not good. I'll take it though. I don't feel good about it. And like, I'm not the type of person that's going to say like, oh yeah, thank God I got the luck there. It's like, at that point of the game, it's so early in it that the only thing it could do is really affect it. And that's not what I want. That's not why I want to play the games. I want to play the games because I enjoy it. I want to play the games to be educational and for you guys to be entertained and learn something as well. It just sucks that a game like this gets decided basically because of the implications that happen with that bad set of events. A 10% chance to get the paralysis into a 25% chance to get fully paralyzed. Yeah, it is what it is, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Nonetheless, if you did, leave a like on the video. I want to give a huge thank you to our YouTube channel members, Olivia, Hayes, Eric, who else is there, level 1, Zeke, our level 1s, our level 2s, Bread Pudding, and Terrence, and level 3s, Sully, and Volt. Shout out to all 8 of these people for contributing to the channel financially, and they get access to special content and shout outs. So if you guys are interested, make sure to click the join button to do so. Thank you all for watching so much. If you guys have any other questions, if you guys know how you deal with, I guess, hacks going against your opponent, especially someone that you respect and that you think is a really good player, how do you feel about it? Let me know down in the comments. I want to start a discussion for it. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to comment the secret word of the day, and I will see you guys all next time.